It was Wednesday, March 13th, day 2 of trials in this final season of an 8-year rebuild project. I showed the morning steam-up routine in a previous video, and now the Shay is ready to run some trials. On this day, she did limited trials on the narrow-gauge Cowichan Valley Railway, which was closed to visitors at the time. The Cowichan Valley Railway is completely within the private grounds of the BC Forest Discovery Centre in North Cowichan on Vancouver Island. The blue water tank affixed to the front of the locomotive is just temporary. In case they need to cool something down, it's good to have a water source handy. I took lots of photographs, and those photos are in a Flickr album, and I've included a link to that in the video description. The locomotive was making a loud rattling sound that day, and that's why they do trials, to note those things and then figure them out and fix them later. The Hillcrest Number 1 is a steam locomotive built to the patented design of Ephraim Shay by Lima Locomotive Works in Lima, Ohio, USA. This locomotive is a 24-ton Class-B model Shay. That means 3 cylinders and 2 trucks, and its actual present-era weight is around 28 tons. This Shay was built by Lima in 1920 as a narrow-gauge, oil-burning stock model. She was construction number 3147. Hillcrest Lumber Company on Vancouver Island was looking for a new standard gauge small locomotive, and they ordered this one, pending a conversion at the Ohio factory to standard gauge and wood burning. She was delivered to Hillcrest Lumber on Vancouver Island in early 1921, and she worked for Hillcrest Lumber and then for McNeil and Munn, both in the Sahtlam area of the Cowichan Valley. She eventually ended up for resale at Mayo Lumber in 1943. She was sold to the Osborne Bay Wharf Company and worked a forest industry deep-sea wharf at Crofton from 1947 to 1963. She then went to Hillcrest Lumber at Missachi Lake for the purpose of conversion back to narrow gauge and oil burning in preparation for its donation to the newly formed Cowichan Valley Forest Museum for its narrow gauge Cowichan Valley Railway visitor train. The Forest Museum opened to the public in May 1965. The Hillcrest Number 1 was one of the steam locomotives that regularly pulled a visitor train at the Forest Museum, and it did this from the late 1960s until the late 1990s. By the way, the Forest Museum is now known as the BC Forest Discovery Centre, and the Hillcrest Number 1 is the locomotive that appears on the center's logo. After this locomotive's most recent working era ended in 1998, there followed a period of display and storage pending an eventual rebuild. That rebuild project commenced in 2016 and was completed in 2024, with many challenges met by the tenacity and generosity of volunteers, donors, and sponsor suppliers. I was a latecomer in documenting this project, starting with glimpses of various pieces outside the lower shed in 2021. Over the next 3 years, I saw more and more of the project, including various unpowered moves, and then eventually with the Shay under steam doing trials on the main line.